Welcome, everyone. You're probably thinking, wait a minute, 2 Exclusive Minds episodes in 1 week. It must gonna snow. Let's hope that it doesn't snow. But once again, everybody, thank y'all all for tuning in. Episode 5 of Exclusive Minds here. Of course, on the Exclusive Nights YouTube channel, and of course on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. But I'm here with my guys today because y'all know what tomorrow is. It's Chamber Day. So we're here to bring you our preview for the Elimination Chamber. Now, to my right, he is the only man that can check you into the Heartbreak Hotel. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. H.B. Prince.
What's going on? Happy to be back.
There you go. And the man at the bottom there, hey, he is a knight like no other. Mr. Eric Knight, how you doing, sir?
Doing good, man. Doing good. And I ain't talking making good. Now, let me stop, man. Yeah, man. I'm excited,
You're doing
man.
really good, then.
Yeah, come on now. I'm ready for this, man. I'm ready.
Yeah, well, look, we're gonna get into this. Nicole, shout out to Nicole. Welcome into the building. So we're gonna keep it simple for y'all tonight because we know SmackDown is coming, so we don't want y'all to, miss out on SmackDown, especially with it being the Go Home show. But we're gonna have to give you our Elimination Chamber thoughts. But first, we're gonna start it off as simple as it can get. We're gonna talk about the Intercontinental Championship match. It will be Eric,
the man, Becky Lynch,
taking on. So we got Becky Lynch taking on AJ Lee. This is gonna be a big matchup. This to me could be a match potentially that surprises the show a little bit. I mean, AJ Lee hasn't had a singles match since she's gotten back. It's been a tag team form. She's been in, what was the other thing that she did? She was
in the War Games.
War Games. She was in War Games.
So and the trash can to EO.
Exactly. So we haven't had that moment yet where she's been able to be in the ring by herself. And we're going to get that opportunity as she takes on the man, Becky Lynch. Fellas, this matchup is huge for a lot of reasons. For me, I thought that this was probably more primed to be the WrestleMania match. So I am surprised that this match is happening now. Now, I did hear some things that maybe this could be it for AJ Lee, which is very surprising. I was like, I don't know if that happened as fast, maybe after Mania, but they are in Chicago. And so people are kind of whispering about that. But I want to get your guys' thoughts on this match. Who you got winning? Eric, I'll start with you first. Who do you have? Do you have the man or do you have it turn it up? Who you got winning this?
Honestly, man, I'm kind of sticking with the man, Becky Lynch. I just think what she's carrying with this Intercontinental Championship, it's like I want her to win. A part of me keeps feeling like, the whole thing with them saying AJ Lee don't, apparently now Chicago is AJ Lee's hometown. So
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, man. It's like I want Becky Lynch to win because personally, I think we're just getting greatness out of that woman. And part of me does feel like if she does drop it, it's probably gonna be at Mania. But if they want to shock her, it's probably gonna be AJ Lee.
I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that. HB Prince, what are you thinking? Does the man leave out as Intercontinental Champion?
If I'm putting on my WWE booking hat, then
that is
what I think is best for business. And we all know if it's all about the gate and how you pay it, then it's got to be AJ Lee in the win here. It's got to be done here in Chicago. And then that gives you all of the rest of March to start to build towards the rematch for WrestleMania. I think that would be a good play. You'll give AJ Lee a little love in her now hometown. And, she'll have an opportunity to carry a women's division title in the new era of the women's division. And I just think that the story between Becky Lynch trying to get her title back, at least, and trying to gain, get that rematch will be beneficial to the whole story between them two as a whole. And then to have that rematch done on the grandest stage of WrestleMania, I think it's probably a good story, probably a good draw, especially when it comes to Monday Night Raw, since that's probably the most interesting story to me that's going on right now on Monday Night Raw. So I believe that just to kind of mix things up just a little bit, you have AJ Lee win the title in Chicago, and you have the rematch set at WrestleMania.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So I'm kind of torn. So I see your point, HB Prince. Like I could see that happening. It would make sense. But I feel like we're going to get a part 2 of this. I feel like that's what they're kind of leading to. There doesn't seem like there's too many other challengers out there. At least, all the people that could have been. Natty could have been maybe an opportunity. Maybe could have threw. I know, Eric. I know. Could have threw Natty in there. Maybe it could have been Maxine Dupree. But it seems like she has fell off completely since winning the title. Not completely off, but she's dropped down quite a bit since winning the title. And I feel like the energy that she had, the people being happy for her. She gets married and they say, yes, you've gotten married, you've given away everything. Now we're going to take that away from you. Like, what? Come on. So I feel like that situation is like just interesting. Now, this is my scenario. Now, I don't know if this happened because I believe she is injured. I feel like if you would have AJ win it,
come on,
Nicole, and maybe have Roxanne Perez come after the Intercontinental Championship after her idol, that could be a good storyline leading into Mania. That's if you go to AJ Lee route. Maybe, Rox, if she's healthy, because I know she did get injured. And if there was a way for her to come back in time, if that was the case, I think that would probably be the only person in my mind that I could see that would be a fun watch to see if she can conquer over her idol and then put the belt on somebody that, it's not Becky Lynch, but Roxanne can handle her thing as Intercontinental Champion and it would look good. So I would hope that's the route that it would go if that ends up happening, but I have this feeling that the man will find a way to win this match. Yeah, the man.
Becky Lynch. I like that idea though with Roxanne. I think that could really establish, even though we know how Roxanne is on NXT, I think that could really establish like a lot of new up and coming wrestler, like the women you could put up because Roxanne's a great heel, and we've seen her work on NXT. We've seen how long she did, with the NXT title reign. So yeah, I love that idea. That's you're cooking. You're cooking.
Come on now. That's where the exclusive mind kicks in, sir. Like that's why that's a terrible thing to waste. But see, that's what I'm hoping. Like if they got to find a way, to make these mid-card titles important going into Mania. Like they've got to find good storylines. Same thing with Julia. Like they need to find a good storyline with that. I think they might try to sneak Charlotte Flair into that, which is where I think they're going to go with that after, that it may have been, it's either going to be Charlotte Flair. I saw Rhea take that foot stump from Julia, which was was a little bit rough. So they got to find a way to make those mid-card titles mean something heading into Mania. Like the storylines just don't exist in any of the titles. I mean, this one with AJ and Becky a little something, but they just don't exist, fellas.
Lucky for us.
So we're gonna see what happens there. And our next match, here's the one that everybody.
Jesus Christ.
We we want a different outcome. We've got the man that is Chicago made, CM Punk, taking on taking on Finn Balor, the Prince, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be CM Punk versus Finn Balor. Now, this has actually been a semi-solid storyline so far between these two, and there's so many interesting things that could happen in this match if they want to propel things to Mania. These two guys have done a really good job, in my opinion, for the most part, since the beginning of the year, kind of pushing this storyline. But the problem is, how will WWE handle this the rest of the way? We got a lot going on between now and Mania. Mania is in a month and a half, so they have to figure out how they want to do this. HB Prince, I'm going to start with you first. How do you see this thing going between Finn and CM Punk?
This right here is a little bit more of a heartbreaker for me because of the fact that I don't see Finn winning this. So I really don't have a whole lot of interest in this. But I see CM Punk, just to answer the question, I see CM Punk being victorious. I'm sure they're going to put on a hell of a match. I don't want to take anything from the possibility of the match between these two, because I know they're both very talented wrestlers, and they're going to put on a good show, just like they did, when they were back in Finn's home. I just don't see the title changing hands before WrestleMania, so it kind of sucks that Finn is in this position. But I'm hoping that from this it leads to a better story, or at least another story of Finn and his separation from the Judgment Day. Free Finn. We've been saying that for years.
We've been on the gravy train.
Yeah, and I think that this would be the opportunity right here to kind of start that story between him and Dominic. Maybe they have their match at WrestleMania, and then that is how Finn kind of exits the Judgment Day, hopefully at least as Intercontinental Champion, and then soon back into that main title picture. But CM Punk will more than likely win this match here in Chicago. I think Chicago is going to be Elimination Chamber in Chicago is going to be a good night for the whole Punk family, him and his wife.
The whole Punk family just going to go out smiling.
Yeah,
both
going to go out as the best in the world.
There you go, Eric. We got two.
Well, it's not just me saying it; everybody's saying it. Chicago's saying it. The Bleacher Report's saying it. The Raw Dirt Sheets are saying it.
Sports Illustrated.
Sports Illustrated.
ESPN. Everybody.
Exclusive Mind is saying it.
Come on,
that's all you know. That's all you know. And Eric, so this matchup, there's a lot that goes into this matchup. There's so many scenarios that could happen, but how do you see things going with Punk and Finn in the Elimination Chamber?
Honestly, man, I think I kind of agree with HB Prince on this one, man. I just, it's like a part of me is like, man, I keep thinking in the back of my head they might have Finn win this, but I'm like, no. Remember what you're watching here. This isn't one of those kind of times. And I don't know, man. Like a part of me keeps saying in my mind, I can see Finn taking it, becoming a triple threat, this, that, and the third, because they left little breadcrumbs. But again, I got to remember what the hell I'm watching on the screen. So that being said, I'm probably just going to stick with Punk on this one. But then it's weird, man, because then they said, like, they'll say, well, Punk never loses in Chicago. They always say this to make you think. So I don't know, man. That's the part of me where I'm like, I'm torn, thinking it could be Finn. Maybe there's a, some kind of interference. And I think we talked about it before. Probably gonna be some interference with the Judgment Day. That might hinder a whole situation. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with Punk because again, Punk is one of the main ones on a WrestleMania commercial. It'd have been different if Finn was in it, but Finn's not in this. So I'm gonna just stick with logic here. I'm just gonna stick with CM Punk. That's my take.
Eric Knight's been saying it since the first commercial came out. He said, "Follow the commercial. This will lead you to the light." And this is pretty much what he's been going off of. So far, so good. He has not been missing. The commercial has led the way in this one. So fellas, and we talked a little bit this on the Not So Bland show a week ago. And
shout out Bland. Shout out
to our man D Bland. So the one thing that I said on that show that I'm going to say here, that there could be the hope, if you want to see maybe a scenario that could happen that would kind of be surprising, if Roman interferes in this match, because we know that Roman has been told that he's never beat Finn Balor, all that fun stuff. And so I feel like if they just wanted, one of the ways they could just find a way to insert Finn into that match is have Roman interfere one way or the other. What would just make Roman Reigns' night? How do you ruin CM Punk's night? Well, you go and cost him the title in Chicago, and then make CM Punk try to force his way back into this match at Mania. That's what I'm hoping for. that's my prediction. That's what I'm kind of, well, I have Punk winning, but this is what I want to see. If they can find a way to do that, I feel like all the fans will be like, okay, cool. And then that's when I think we get Io, Bianca, and Rhea situation from last year, where Finn is the champ and nobody cares about that Finn's in this match. And then it's just going to be those two bumping heads. And, you know, I would not be surprised because we know who's in charge if they try to reuse that storyline. So
Copy,
to
paste.
pace right there for you. And that's where I had this weird feeling because I don't think that's going to be so cut and dry. They're going to have to do something different during this elimination chamber. At least one thing. It's something they got to have some type of surprise because that's the social media era in sports. So it's either going to be AJ Lee wins, you know what I'm saying? It may be a surprise in one of the chambers, obviously, but they're going to have at least one. Everything else may stick to the bread, but at least one shall happen. But I got to go with Punk. It's going to be hard to beat Punk in Chicago, but how amazing would it be to just see Finn walk out of there with that title? Just
Come on, bro.
10
Come
years
on.
later.
And
I mean,
not have to give it up the next night. I'm telling you.
And not have to give it up the next night. So we're going to hope.
Well, at least
Maybe
you would bring
tomorrow
some new energy and some new blood into an excitement, maybe to WrestleMania. I mean, I don't know
They're
how
not selling tickets.
Yeah. I mean,
they're not selling tickets.
I don't know, but at least it will give you something new to work with, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Going into Mania, especially with the way they talk about they're struggling to sell tickets, and if you're struggling to sell tickets, and right now you're looking at Roman Reigns and CM Punk on the as you know as one of the main highlights or main events for WrestleMania, then we got another problem. So like, yeah, I just hope I hope they get this figured out right, soon because like I said,
yeah, I mean it's interesting because now you got them like shutting down bars. They're not letting people watch WrestleMania around the city, so the city's losing money because now the restaurants are losing money because they can't show WrestleMania. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But not WrestleMania in Vegas. They're shutting down the bars in Vegas, and so now they can't even
because they can't do the watch parties, right?
Isn't it? That's the craziest.
No, they can't do nothing. They can't do anything.
Yeah.
They totally.
I think I forgot what the radius is, but it's within the city limits. Like you can't if you get a party, you're going to jail or something. It's stupid. Whatever they got going on is the most insane thing I've ever heard. And what you continue to do as TKO is ruin your relationship with the fans. First of all, you're charging all this money. You're doing all this crazy stuff. And I just don't like the vibe. Now, this was thrown out the other day, or I started to hear this rumor. Look, as much as Vince McMahon has been Vince McMahon would not be charging these people this money.
No.
It was well known. TKO threw him under the bus about it. He wanted to be a family-oriented thing for families. And that's what made, even you can say whatever you want about Vince, but at least he made it affordable for people to at least enjoy WrestleMania. And if this is true and he's working with Saudi to try to get it back, there's a part of me that says, just let him have it back. Because I'll be honest with you, it just doesn't feel right to not know that Stephanie is taking over at one point, or not knowing for sure that this is going to be Shane's company. Because we grew up knowing that it was going to be either Shane or Stephanie or both taking over this company and moving into the future. And now we got to worry about TKO trying to handle things. I think a lot of people want to trash Triple H, and look, Triple H has had some moments, but I think a lot of this is also he's being handicapped by TKO, and it's starting to really show. There's a lot of stuff that I think they're telling him this needs to be this way, this has to be this way, and he's trying his best to do it. He's going to catch the heat because that's his position. He's going to catch the heat. I'm not completely defending Triple H, people, because some of this is self-inflicted, but I feel like that part can't help. It just can't help. So we're gonna see if Finn Balor can shock the world and make some good things happen and bring a smile to all our faces tomorrow night. And what a way to end Black History Month with Finn Balor getting the dub. Hey, it make these black guys happy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It'll make these black guys happy. Let's go to the chamber match. And we've got this match is going to be interesting because here's the deal. We know Liv is going after we know Liv is going to make her way and take on what's my girl name? Now I had a whole Stephanie Vakir. We know that's happening. They built the storyline up too much. Now, this matchup is interesting because they have some very interesting dynamics. You got Kiana James who's kind of come in here and been this, this piece that came out of nowhere, had a good rumble, and she's been building. You've got Asuka, the wily vet, who is, would you be surprised if she won? Maybe a little bit, but the talent in the ring is great. Then you got Big Sexy, Raquel Rodriguez. Look, Big Sexy has really grown, and this is I will give Kevin Nash this much credit when he told her to go be go be a big, go do what you need to do. Since that moment, she's done a really good job of becoming that Big Daddy cool or Big Mommy cool, or however way you want to put it. She's done a really good job of that. Then there's Alexa Bliss, who's been kind of stuck in the tag team realm for the last year. Ever since she had that huge pop at WrestleMania, not WrestleMania, but at the Rumble last year, she still gets big pops wherever she goes, but it's still like she hasn't really stepped out of that tag team realm. So this is her first chance to really go after some true chance to go after some singles title. Then you got Tiffany Stratton, the former WWE champion, who lost who lost the belt to Jade Cargill, disappeared for months, and then she returned at the Rumble. And then she's been back for the last couple of weeks. A lot of people think it could be her. And then there's Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is Rhea Ripley. Fellas, that's who she is. So it's a very interesting dynamic because they really could go anyway. And I think if there's going to be a surprise match winner, it goes here. Eric, I'm going to start with you first, brother. The way we're doing this is kind of like how we did the Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a winner, a biggest impact, a dark horse this time, and I think I put dark horses on one of the graphics, so don't laugh too hard, y'all. But the dark horse, and then, of course, please, God, no. Eric, we're starting with you first. Here we go.
Yeah, look, you see who I chose to win. Okay.
Big Sexy.
You see who? Big Sexy. Big Sexy. I think Raquel could legitimately be the one to win this. Now, the only reason why I picked Raquel, because I said that anybody else, if she does win, this does give her more of an interesting story with her and Liv, and that whole thing was 75 care. So I said maybe she could be the one to win this. Granted, I thought about the biggest impact. Okay, you see what it is. Kiana James. We know low key this was probably supposed to be short spot anyway. We know what happened. Jade Cargill messed that up, so they had to put Kiana James in there. Now, I think she's going to have a lot of great spots. Now, probably nothing too crazy jumping off the top ropes, but I do think she is probably going to be making some marks in this match. Now, Tiffany Stratton. Why did I pick her in the as my dark horse? Because, again, she's in the commercial. Because if Big Sexy don't win it, it might probably be Tiffy time. So let's just remember that again. And you see my pick. Please no, Rhea. Now I love Rhea. Y'all know this. I love Rhea. But I again, she's another one that's in the commercial. But she don't need to win this chamber at all. You already tag team champion. There's no stories going on with you with the main title right now. Stay away from it. This point, I don't even want Tiffy to win it. What's up now, Bland?
What's up,
good with
my man?
Bland, what's up, man?
That man, Bland. Yeah, so I just don't. I don't know, man. I guess if Raquel wins it, I'm good. If Tiffany wins it, I'm done. And if Rhea wins it, I'm cutting off the TV. I'm turning it off. I'm gonna tell you right now. What's the problem? If you see, matter of fact, okay, my fault. I'm gonna let you go.
No, you good.
If you see Rhea and Tiffany as the last two people,
cut it off.
Just know, cut it off. Cut it off, because the commercial's right in front of you.
Dude, if it's those two, I wouldn't even know who I would want. I guess if you're thinking about it, it should be Rhea, because if you Rhea and Jade, I mean that's going to be the bigger mark. If we're going by WWE's logic, it would be the bigger mark. And if you want to try to do Tiffany and Cargill rematch, I don't think that's going to have the same luster. But we all know they've been trying to push Tiffany, to the moon since she's come up on the main roster. So. We'll see. H.B. Prince, we head to you. Here we go. See how you got it going.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to apologize to all the Exclusive Nights family for the mic issue. Technology has a mind of its own. They be trying to get you every time. But the devil is a liar. I'm trying to tell you right now, the devil is a liar.
They be working, but the Exclusive Nights be working harder, baby.
Hey.
Working day night.
But as you can kind of see what I picked. I'm sorry, but just taking the typical bookend for WWE and their creative, their creative, their usual way of doing things when it comes to creative and the usual picks that they have. into consideration, of course I had to go winner Rhea Ripley. Now, would I be disappointed by this? Yes, because nothing against Rhea, but I just don't want to see her back in the main title picture right now. And because I just don't feel like she needs it, and I don't feel like it does anything more for her per se. Now, of course, if you're Rhea Ripley, you like, look, anytime I can hold the championship, I want it. That's obvious. But what I think you could do here, if you do allow Rhea Ripley to win the Elimination Chamber, I think you could use that as a way to build Jade. And but what I mean by that is Rhea will have to lose at WrestleMania to Jade, and Jade will have to continue her reign as the women's champion. I think it would give her title reign a little bit more legitimacy. I think it will make her reign seem a little bit stronger than what it has been, and it'll also give her the time to carry it, hopefully into SummerSlam, where it'll give you an opportunity to get Bianca Belair back into the title picture if she can carry the title that long. So that would be the reason why I would say Rhea could be put into that picture. But I also think Raquel Rodriguez could serve something, a similar, like do a similar thing. But at the same time, with Raquel, I would probably want to see her actually win the title and have the title, just because that would be kind of a new space when it comes to the women's division with Raquel Rodriguez actually, being able to carry the title. So my big impact is Kiana James. That's just because I feel like since she was entered into this whole thing by whatever reason, by hook or by crook, because Jade spilled the tea that Charlotte was going to be the winner. Initially, they had to change on the fly. That Kiana James was put into it. So I feel like this is an opportunity for Kiana to kind of make that impact and put her name in the books with the big players. So I feel like she will be the one to make a big impact. I think she's pretty athletic, and she's been displaying that each and every time that she's had the opportunity. And then, of course, my dark horse is Raquel Rodriguez, because I think she will give us something new as far as her and Jade having a good feud. They've kind of been hinting around it with them two being two bigger women, like stronger women, not bigger, but stronger women. I think that could be a really good match at WrestleMania. And then I said, please no to Tiffy. Nothing against Tiffy, but I don't want to see another Jade versus Tiffy time again.
No,
So,
no.
I don't know if those two have the chemistry to really go toe to toe. And actually, Tiffy's last two opponents between Charlotte and Jade, I don't know if I like those two feuds, and I don't know if she worked well with either of those two women. So that's why I said please no to Tiffy.
Yeah, I blame a lot of this, the WWE Championship for women. I can't remember the last time I felt like it was important. Because if you think about it, I mean, since Bayley won it, Bayley won it at Mania. Who beat Bayley for the belt? Was it Nia Jax, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was Nia Jax, then Tiffy.
Hold on, was it? Yeah.
Then Jade.
And then Tiffy took it from Nia.
Right.
Okay.
So it's been a really lackluster run, and I love Nia Jax. I still think she did good work as a champion, but they only gave her they didn't set her up well. Okay. I felt that way about hers. Bayley was the same way. I felt like Bayley's like they have not set up you're supposed to be your prime championship for the women, and they have not set it up well at all from the time that I thought that the move to give Bayley the title, winning the Rumble, that was a great move, smart move. Then they didn't know how to work after that. Then they give Nia the title, and you could tell it was all a setup to eventually make Tiffany the champion, which I get that. Okay, cool. Tiffany gets the belt. And it's like, all right, she gets Charlotte. It's still kind of a weird vibe, like they had the whole weird promo about Lou. Now they're not together, so maybe she was right the whole time. God knows. But
no, maybe Lou was right.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So all of that kind of mixed. Then they give Jade the belt, which made sense, and then they don't properly use her from that point on. So that part to me has just been mind blowing. Watching how bad they've ruined this title. Like the World Heavyweight Championship to me at this point is more prestigious for the women's side than it is on the opposite side. And because even if you look at the champs they had, it feels better. Stephanie's had a little bit of a lackluster run, but before that, Naomi was cooking, and then she got pregnant. Thank you, Jim. And then
that's big Jim.
Yeah, Big Jim. But we are happy that you are soon to be
Yeah,
mother.
we
We're
have
very
y'all
excited.
about to
We're
start.
very
Yeah,
about
about to
that.
start a
But
family.
we
Yeah,
but we
we,
but
you
we
know.
but we missed out on probably one of the greatest runs of her career. But we're
Because you
happy
want to
about the
shoot the
baby.
club up.
So and that's just my biggest thing with that. So you got to figure out how do you go from here. Now, here we go.
Corey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up,
What's
Corey?
up, Corey?
That's my guy right there. The grind in the building. Um, Shout out to Corey. Now, I am going with Alexa Bliss for the win.
Hmm.
I wanted to go a little bit different here because I feel like if out of the stars in this match, especially if you're not going to go Rhea and you're not going to go Tiffy, I think you go Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss has not had a singles run since she's become the tag team, champion. And I think that if they let her go after it, and she does somehow, or does beat Jade Cargill, I think that's how we get to the Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair route. That's how the split comes because now Charlotte wants to be champion, and that's how they get Charlotte the belt back and make it make sense. So that's my long-term storytelling
Hmm.
pick with Alexa Bliss winning this match. Now, I don't want Alexa. I love Alexa Bliss too. So if she wins it, I won't be mad. But she's not my choice. I'd rather see Big Sexy win this. I think that she's worked so hard to get to where she has the last couple of months. She had the injury, she had some setbacks, and then she's done so well. So I would like to see her get the chance of the title. So I think she will have the biggest impact of this match and just give you like maybe just maybe something to go off of. My dark horse is Kiana James. Because if you want to pull the trigger and say, hey, it's time for some new talent to trying to show up, what she's done since the Rumbles, her popularity has begun to grow. And then on top of that, we found out, hey, guess what, girl? You one of us. Happy Black History Month, baby
Hey,
girl.
come on
Had
now.
no clue. Had no clue. Had no clue. And so if that, would love to see her do well and get and maybe surprise us and get the dub because hers would make sense. Nobody saw her winning it. Nobody thought that she was even like a contender for this match. It should have been Charlotte Flair. It would just be a interesting story. The bad thing is it won't sell tickets. Not yet. She's not on that level yet, so I don't see it happen. And then the one we all don't want
Oh, Jesus Christ.
is Tiffy Town. I
It's different time.
if this was heel Tiffany, I'd probably be like, I'm in for it. And that's what they might have to do. If you have Tiffany win this match, she may have to go heel. And then I hate to even say it, but maybe you repeal back Jay being this, I'm that bitch. Because unfortunately, I'm that bitch ain't been the bitch. I know. Oh, that feels so bad out loud. I'm
Jesus.
so sorry. I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, it's not her fault. They don't let her wrestle. She don't wrestle.
No, they don't.
She don't wrestle. And
But
then when they
that's
do wrestle, they don't. That's not her fault. But
yeah,
you can't
and
beat
that's
that bitch.
yeah, but that's why I feel like if she's gonna make that claim, they have to start building her to make that claim, have some type of standing. So they're gonna she's gonna have to beat somebody like a Rhea Ripley. I mean, that's the only way I see it. I mean, you can beat Alexa Bliss, that'll be fine. You can beat Tiffy Time, okay, that's fine. But I think you have to do it against a big name.
Yeah.
And who's the biggest name in wrestling for women for WWE anyway is Rhea Ripley. She's the most over female there is.
Right.
And I feel like you have to have Jade versus Rhea, and I feel like Jade has to win. Like
Yeah.
if you're going to build her to be that way,
Yeah.
and then you have to start down the path of Bianca at some point if that's the case. But I don't know, guys. Maybe y'all might be right. Maybe they give up on Jade at WrestleMania and she drops the title. But that'll just be sad for her reign.
Yeah, I hate it because I feel like that's the route they're going to go. And if you are one of those people that just look at the comments and look at the way people talk about her, they already didn't like her. So all WWE did was make it worse by not even giving her the Goldberg treatment, which is what I've been saying since day one. She should be, when she becomes champion, you have her Goldberg everybody. I mean, we talking about just beating up squash, because you need to make her dominant. And even if it just needs to feel dominant, it could be 2 or 3 minute matches, something that caters to her style. And people would be like, okay, this makes sense. Because even when she was in AEW, because she had the streak, you know what I'm saying? That's who the first person I thought of. I'm like, oh, she's she's like Goldberg, and maybe the female version of Goldberg, and she's that. Okay, embrace that, and just have her beat up on folks. And then when you do take the title from her, okay, all right, she was dominant for this long. She won 58 matches. Like now you can only say she won 3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She like only won 3. For the record,
but I can also see creative. I can also see creative in the room saying, "Okay, so Rhea Ripley wins. They go to WrestleMania and she beats Jade. Then what? I mean, or no, and Jade beats her. Then what? Like, what does that mean for Rhea? Like, what does that mean?
I don't
you got
know.
the worst. People already hate Jade, and now you let the worst champion beat the biggest, most over one areas. Like like I can see that being a thing in creative too.
But see, that's why I said, like, I think because you said it on our weekly show, HB Prince, when Jade said Charlotte Flair, and it was like she probably messed that up, because I really think they were gonna go with Charlotte versus Jade at Mania, because like I was thinking about it, I was like, man, when you think about it, they've been kind of teasing that since Jade got to WWE. Like when she was, going to different brands, it was like her and Charlotte Flair kept having these little face-offs. Then the last few months they've been facing off a few times, and then even like the last couple of weeks they've been doing this whole thing. So that's why I was like, all right, it probably was supposed to be her to win it,
right?
Because I think that's like the only thing she hasn't won besides that and the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So I think it was supposed to be her, because
Charlotte,
again, she's in the commercial, and
she is in the commercial.
So,
no, Charlotte would make the most sense, obviously, because they've been building this since the first day Jade show up, and they looked at each other down. This has been a 2-year beef, outside of the potential Bianca, and feud that they could do down the road. So this one would make the most sense. The question is, how's she getting this match? How does she get involved? Who does she take out to get in the chamber? Because that's the only way it goes. And poor Kiana James, I hope you're not the victim of this.
Oh Lord!
Because if they end up doing this, don't be surprised. And then all of a sudden, all this will be like, just get in the chamber and fight because she's hurt.
I think it's gonna be. I think she might beat. I think she might take out Alexa Bliss, and that might be crazy to say because they are friends. But I could see that happening.
It's not.
Somebody
crazy.
heard her backstage.
I'll take her place.
Crazy.
Yeah,
it's not crazy. I'm her tag team partner. I got her back. So then
again, the Naomi Jade Bianca situation. Copy and paste. Right there. There you go, Bruce Pritchard. I gave you another idea.
But you know what, Eric, you're right on the hammer with this though, because it makes total sense. It's the only way they can get her back in the match, and not completely do it, but also set up another story down the line where Alexa does come back. Maybe she takes a break, she comes back, and when she comes back, she's trying to figure out, well, who did this to me? That they've been doing that. They did it to Jacob Fatu. You know what I'm saying? They took Jacob and he went out. They tend to. That's what they do. They got masked men. I'm waiting for masked women because that's coming at some point. They got masked men, and then they got people getting taken out backstage, and then they go for a couple months, and then they got to figure out who did it. And, so it's a trend. Bruce Pritchard, go ahead, tell him again, Eric.
I'm telling you,
I got another idea for you.
We know, yeah. There you go. I'm telling you, you love to copy and paste that one for me. Go ahead.
Absolutely ridiculous. But so that's where we are.
Damn shame.
The women's is going to be a very interesting match. Now we head to the last match. More likely going to be the last match of the night, and that one. This is where it gets. But there's a lot of ways they can go with this match, y'all. There's only one that we know for sure they shouldn't go, but we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
You got the former world heavyweight champion, Jey Uso. You got the 14, as it's 14 time for Randy, right?
14, yeah.
The 14-time world champion in Randy Orton. You got the quarterback, ladies and gentlemen,
so-called
Cody Rhodes. You got the man that's bouncy, Javon Evans. You got That's Trick.
Come on now.
Trick in the building in this match. And then, of course, you got the man that nobody would be upset if he won this match. And he is long overdue for the moment. In this moment, it would have to be Mr. LA Knight. Fellas, this match gets extremely interesting. Because they could go a multitude of ways. Because to be honest with you, we know the other match is solidified. So that WWE Championship match is kind of up in the air. So that's going to be interesting to see how it goes. So I will start with E Knight in the building. Here we go. Eric,
Yeah,
tell them how you got it going.
man. Look, I know what y'all were thinking when I came up with this list. How the hell do you got Cody in 2 spots? I'm gonna tell you why. First, the reason why I got Cody being the winner. Why? We know this. Come on, this is like an infomercial at this point. It's because of the commercial. Okay, Cody's in the commercial. So at this point, I and everything going with Drew, with him and Jacob Fatu, I just feel like this is pushing for Cody. Now, for the big impact, come on, I'd be capping if I didn't say my man, the young OG, Javon. Shout out to the OG. If I didn't think he was going to have some crazy spots in this match. Now, I think Javon's going to do great. I hope to God we do not get the same thing with Montez. But I do feel like he might be one of the last 3. It might be one of the last 2. And if he is the last one, he'll probably lose it to good old Cody Rhodes. My dark horse, LA Knight. Reasons for it, he deserves this. And I can't keep pushing from my long lost cousin LA Knight, man. I can't keep doing this how y'all doing my man LA, man. This is ridiculous. I do think LA Knight should be one to win this. Because again, you put a title on him, I'm telling you, these people gonna pop. He can really carry that title better than the so-called quarterback can do it. And honestly, man, I just hope they don't do him dirty, but a part of me thinks they still will. And of course, my last option is again Cody Rhodes. Please, hell no. Yes, I know I picked him as the winner, but I don't want to see him win this. Because again, and we're talking about the WWE logic here, like H.B. Prince said, if I put my WWE booking hat on, I know how y'all gonna do this. Again, and I said this before, if we did not know anything for the commercial, if the commercials, matter of fact, I'll do you a better one. If the commercials dropped after Elimination Chamber, then it'd be like, okay, some of this is making sense. But you did this in October. So again, we already got 2 of the main guys that we know are gonna main event Mania. We know Brock, he's setting up for something. It's probably gonna be against Oba. What else would Cody be doing? Put himself back in the main title picture. So, but again, I know it's a shocker from a lot of y'all if I didn't pick my man Hollywood Trick, 2 Brand Trick, First Class Trick, Trick and A, Trick Willie.
Why?
I didn't pick him for specific reasons because even though he could be one to win it, yes, he did have a face-off a few times with Drew. Yes, he's been kind of in the mix, but I don't think they're going to do that with him yet. And I would love to see it. You know we would. But knowing them, always remember that damn WrestleMania commercial. So let's just remember our WWE logic here, people. That's all I got.
The WWE logic is definitely something to admire. Look, fellas, it's going to be a very, very interesting chamber. Now we go to the HB Prince. Here we go, brother. This is what you got going on. Tell them about it.
Shout out to Chris. I feel you, bro.
Yeah, Chris. Hey, appreciate you for checking this out, Chris.
You tell him, Chris. We already know it's gonna be something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch anyway, unfortunately.
Yeah, Chris, you're right. I'm about to say Cody. I got Cody because it's the boring but predictable type of win. I mean, again, we're talking about we're talking about WrestleMania. So the WWE's got to try to pick their who they think is their biggest draw, their biggest betting horse, whatever you want to call it. And so it's got to be Cody. I mean, it's got to be QB1. So I mean, it's unfortunate, but that's just the way that they're gonna go. That's all. That's the only thing I can say. Because I hate saying it like that because Cody, it's like there's nothing really wrong with Cody. It's just that he's kind of run his course over the last 3 to 4 years that he's been in the WWE as far as being the Cody that we're used to seeing.
Damn, it's only been 4 years. Oh my god.
Yeah, like
he's been there 4 years already. Dang.
Yeah, because
he came back in 2022.
First one was WrestleMania 39, and
38. He came back in 38 with
39,
Seth, and that was 2022.
Yeah. So yeah. So you know, he's just kind of running his course. I don't want to, you know, I just want they need to change Cody's, you know, character a little bit, whatever, make him a little darker, whatever you want to say. You know, I don't know. I just think that's why fans are so like tired of him. It's just because he's just you know, the super good guy, does everything right, says everything right, and I think it's just coming off as boring. But the big impact. Dang, you know, it's terrible. It's terrible. I mean, Cody, man. I mean, and the sad thing is to me, this dude is just really being on top as far as in the WWE perspective. You know, the man was Stardust. You know, like
Chris, he's
finally up in the WWE thing. Anyhow, let me get on. Big impact, Javon Evans. We know Javon Evans is probably going to be the biggest impact. That's why they put him in here. He could do the flippy, dippy, you know, jumpy stuff that, you know, of course is going to get people hyped. But I'm also happy for Javon because I believe that, you know, he is definitely a once in a lifetime talent. And so I do think he will be the biggest impact. It was tough between him and Trick, but I gave Javon the nod just over sheer athleticism between the two. And then, of course, the dark horse, I have the person that I think should be the winner and would make more sense and would finally start to have his push, LA Knight. But of course, you know, I don't think LA Knight is on the good side of booking. And so they just keep using him and floating them in there to just get people in the building for these little PLEs or to tune in for these PLEs. But they have no intention of really giving him the push that I think he probably should have had a year to 2 years ago. And then lastly, Jay. We just saw Jay last year, you know, main event WrestleMania. I like to see somebody different at this point in time. I think, you know, Jay's okay. He's good, but I don't know if I want to hold another year of running it back over and over and over, you know, spending 20, 25 minutes just to get to the wrestling show because we running back the music.
So Nicole, you getting soft. You getting soft with that comment. I just wanted to say, you getting soft. Come on, Nicole. You know better than
Nicole,
this.
You've been clicking, Nicole. Look.
Come on now.
Jay Uso wins this match. We riot. I will personally go down there. We're gonna take a trip to Connecticut, y'all. There's no way.
And I also feel like Jay been getting dragged through the mud too, man. They've been giving Jay the business.
They have been, but you know what though? It's unfortunate. Because Jay got handed the opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, Roman, let's be honest with you, Roman set him up to be the man. The Yeats took off, and then he had it in the palm of his hand. He went out there and gave lackluster performances, and they took that title from him. Yeah. Look, there you go, Blair. We all road trip. And
come on now.
It's just so bad to watch. And I hate it because Jay's not a bad wrestler, but he's just not a great singles wrestler. That's what it is. He's an amazing tag team wrestler. He does not have the stamina at times to be a main guy. We saw that, and it's unfortunate, but he better not win this match. With that being said, here we go. That's Trick.
I love this. That's a good pick right there.
I would love it.
That's Trick. So look, I'm gonna tell you why, y'all. Look, I feel like the momentum. If you want to make the big impact. You know, because we got to have one surprise this night. If you're going to make the big impact, we've seen the energy that Trick has had over the last month or so. And every time he steps in the arena, when everybody is whooped that Trick, if you want to have a Jey Uso moment with a legit wrestler, here it is right here. This is your man. That's Trick. It's the lemon pepper steppers all day. This is Hollywood Trick. This is the way you go. But we all know better than that. But if this is who I think would just be nice to see, man. This would be just an amazing moment. And I think him and Drew would cook. They both can talk on the mic. I'd be very intrigued as a fan if it's Trick versus Drew. If you go outside of these other guys, Trick versus Drew, I would be all down for that. You know, and the way that Trick kind of beefed with a lot of people when he first started, he just nitpicking people is perfect because you could use that storyline because he had a little something with Drew. Drew was talking bad about him. You know, eventually down the road is Cody Rhodes. He's got a little something with Cody. So I love how they set it up. So I'm going Trick. Biggest impact is Javon Evans. They about to use my boy for the Montez Ford, Kofi Kingston role. He's going to kill it. I just hope that this leads to a mid-card title opportunity in a Continental Championship. I hope that would, that leads to maybe we get Javon versus Dom at WrestleMania. Maybe.
Y2J will say WWE. He's in the box.
Yeah, we got to make it happen.
Yeah, that's who's in the box. Yeah.
The dark horse. Remember after the church revival. Hey, one more time. Dark horse, and then it's obvious is LA Knight. Eric, you said something beautiful a few minutes ago that makes just too much sense. Like, if he takes over, he will be a better champion than, if he wins the title, he's going to be a way better champion than Cody Rhodes ever was. In my opinion, the way his style is, he just would be able to work it. He could be a heel, and it's going to be beautiful. He would have you cracking up and laughing, and we've seen it. You've been screaming for years. Bring the dummy button back. Let's make it happen. So I feel like if it's gonna happen, this is the biggest opportunity, unless they give him the Money in the Bank, which we've seen him lose 3 times in a row. He's been in the last 4, and he's like 0 for 4. It's insane work. So unless they finally decide he finally pulls it off, and that's a SummerSlam thing, okay, whatever. And then last but not least, look, we all feel the same way.
Please,
WWE, if you pull this trigger, I hope it burns down. I don't know what you got to do, but I hope it burns down. I don't hate Jey Uso, but I hate him if he wins this match. And now, granted, him and Drew do have history, but I don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that. I just do not do it. And I just don't want to see it. Last thing about LA Knight, though, before we, get close to finishing it up here. Look, they keep treating LA Knight like this. I want to see him in AEW because I know he ain't getting treated that way in AEW. Nope. I'm just throwing that out there. He would be a megastar in AEW if they allow him to be.
Oh man, you imagine a promo battle with him and MJF? Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know what his contract looked like, but if I was him and they keep doing him like this, you gotta run. You gotta run.
So SmackDown is on. SmackDown is on, and Jey Uso is now in the ambulance. Jacob Fatu is going crazy right now. Cody's out there. Yes. I'm watching this in real time.
So is Jacob? Hold up.
Oh man, this is getting.
Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second.
So guys, I was just about to say 2 things. One, if it works out your way, we get to really find out what gets to happen with Drew McIntyre is going to get to do with those lemon pepper steppers. But I was my next thing on a more serious route was, what was Jacob Fatu going to do? Was he going to interfere in the Elimination Chamber and cost Cody? But that was going to be my next question that I was going to ask. But now seeing this, we got something going on.
So I mean, if that happens, this is good because I don't think they wanted Jay in the match in the first place. This is the way you get him out of it if you're going to bring Jacob in there. But that gives a better element.
And look at Trick.
Yeah, boy. First of all, him and Javon arguing. Oh my God! Now Drew done came. Look, we got to
go.
It's crazy that we're doing this.
We're out of here, son. We're out of here, man.
We're gonna have to run away. Once again, everybody, thank you all for tuning in.
Trick told him mind your business, my grown folks talking.
Oh man, I'm missing it. Okay, look, everybody, we thank you all for tuning in for another episode. Once again, y'all make sure y'all head on over. Y'all make sure y'all head over and check us out. Eric, tell them about us.
Hey man, y'all already know what it is. I tell y'all this all the time. Facebook, we on that. X, we on that. Instagram, we on that. TikTok, we on that as well. Hey, appreciate all the love and support y'all been giving us. Hey, keep liking it up, keep subscribing, and we're gonna give you that content the exclusive way. Come on, man. Y'all know what it is, man.
Yeah, you already know. You already know. Hey, and look, we're just gonna go ahead and make it sweet. We are the best there is, the best there was,
and the best that ever will be.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I had the shirt on underneath here. Just remember, your nights shall never be the same. That's Trick.
Y'all be good.
Lemon pepper stepping out.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all later. Take care. Peace.
Be good, y'all.